Sam and Layla had been together for 2 years when they decided to take the next step in their relationship and get married. Layla looked beautiful in her white dress. The ceremony went off without a hitch, and the couple was about to exchange rings for the first time as husband and wife. But then, something unexpected happened. Just as Sam was about to slide the ring on Layla's finger, she cringed in pain and collapsed onto the floor. Everyone was in shock and scrambled to help her. Her husband-to-be Sam could read it off her face. The baby was coming now. Luckily, there was a doctor present to help Layla deliver on the spot. But when Sam saw the baby's face, his happiness about the birth of his son was immediately gone. But what was going on with the baby's face? Why did Sam react like this? And why did Layla want to get married before giving birth? Before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. For a long time, Layla had been afraid that she might be unable to get pregnant due to a uterus operation she had done years ago. So when she found out that she was actually having a baby, she did not want to give it up in case this might be her only chance. Sam always wanted to be a father, so he was very much in favor of keeping the baby. And he was also convinced that Layla was the right person to start a family with. But he was just feeling like the wedding and the organization of it was very rushed due to the pregnancy. But he went along with everything to keep his wife-to-be happy. Layla started to get sick more intensely as the days passed, which was not uncommon for this stage of the pregnancy. But Sam convinced Layla to go see a doctor with him and let him determine whether it was a good idea to get married in a couple of weeks. And as you might expect, the doctor was not a big fan of the idea. So even though the doctor could not determine that there was something very wrong with Layla's health, there was something very wrong with her decision-making. Armed with the doctor's strong advice, Sam was ready to call all the guests and inform them that the wedding had to be postponed due to the pregnancy. But Layla had not changed her mind one bit. He demanded that Layla gave him a good reason why she was risking her health and that of their unborn son. She told him that she was afraid to be judged by her religious grandparents if she had a child before marriage. By this point, it had become very clear to Sam that he was not going to be able to convince Layla. He knew that she was lying through her teeth about her being concerned about her religious grandparents. When Sam first got together with Layla, he quickly realized that she was the girl of his dream. He fell head over heels in love with her, and she seemingly did the same. The pair did everything together and really formed what felt like an unbreakable bond. All the friends and family arrived on the day, and Sam was waiting to greet them at the entrance of the church. Layla was preparing in the back, and according to tradition, he was not supposed to see her until she arrived at the altar to meet him. But when everybody was seated at the wedding and he was ready to make his way to the altar, Sam got his first bit of worrying news. According to her sister, it was not going great with Layla. She was not feeling well and needed a little more time to prepare. Nobody here knew what was happening, and the speculations were going wild. Sam was also done with waiting after trying to calm everybody down for nearly 2 hours. And so he went to the door and started to pound on it, demanding to hear what was going on and to be let in. He desperately wanted to be with her, as he feared something could be terribly wrong. Layla slowly and carefully walked out, holding onto the arm of her father. It looked like she had been crying, or that she was in pain. People knew something was wrong. Sam could clearly see Layla was going through something. The expression on her face, no matter how hard she tried to hide it, was undeniable. Layla took her place at the altar, barely able to stand up straight. Sam looked at his bride-to-be, and the expression on his face said it all. "Why are you doing this?" So the pastor started off the ceremony and got to the vows in record time. The pastor asked the question to Layla first, and she confidently said yes despite her pain. Then the pastor turned to Sam. He asked him the question, but Sam stayed silent. He hesitated a little too long and looked at Layla, who was now almost crying in front of him. Sam had a million questions and comments for Layla, but at this point, None of them seemed to matter, as all the focus needed to be on bringing this baby into the world safely. But when this baby came into the world, a lot of questions were immediately answered for Sam. It was very lucky that the medical professional was already present at the wedding, as she was able to deliver the baby very quickly. Layla screamed in pain as she lay on the ground with only her wedding dress for coverage. Sam tried to calm her down. The medical professional looked once more and told her she had to start pushing right now. Layla pushed and pushed, and the baby was almost out. One final scream filled the room as Layla pushed her baby into this world. The scream was followed by the cries of her baby. Sam's eyes stood wide open as he looked at the baby and then at the people next to him. But no one said a word. She cheated. Sam's whole world fell apart in front of his eyes. Tears welled up as he looked at Layla and the baby, but he couldn't say a word. He was just too shocked. He asked Layla what she had done, but she was too ashamed. He demanded an explanation, as that was the least that he deserved from her. Layla looked at the ground and finally told everyone the truth. She wanted to be legally married to Sam so that he could not just walk away from her when he found out the skin color of the baby. And if he still wanted to leave her, she would at least get half of his money. That was Layla's plan. Layla did not know that the marriage could still be nullified within a month after it was made official. But luckily, it did not even get that far. Sam was absolutely furious at Layla. She had cheated on him and, knowingly, kept a big secret from him. There was no way he was going to get married to her, and not even a chance he was going to stay together with this woman. He took the wedding ring, threw it into the crowd, and stormed off the stage, leaving the still, very weak Layla behind in the care of her family. He never wanted to see her again. He drove home and, in a rage, Layla had betrayed his trust in a horrible way, and even tried to get something out of it. Layla was later transferred to a hospital with her baby and was doing fine. She tried calling Sam multiple times, but Sam had no intention of ever speaking to Layla again. After that, he moved on and got the relationship he deserved. A loving wife and child, that was his. Layla eventually married and divorced the father of her child.